Remember that California used to be underwater. Now, the majority of the West Coast actually used to be underwater. Your history books or your history teachers have forgotten to tell you the actual history. The Golden City is even mentioned in the Bible, saying about how it's going to fall to pieces. So if you're staying in California, if you're staying in that area, Utah, Nevada, I would just recommend kind of leaving that area. Because as history shows, it's going to flood again. What you're smelling right now is probably the birthing pains that the world is going through, because the world is going through it's a tectonic shift at the end of the day, because everything in the world is changing. And if the world is polluted, but the frequency of the conscious collective is rising, then it makes sense that the pollution will have to break. It will have to be redistributed. In order for the regeneration to occur, we first have to witness the degeneration of the world, the old world that has caused this pollution to spread throughout the world. And California is severely guilty of polluting the world, just like how the billionaires who live in California, they're all guilty of taking advantage of poor people. And there's actually more people in California, New York, and Florida than any other state, as well as Texas. And so those states, they will be the states that will get judged more heavily than the other states, next to the fact that they've simply polluted those states so significantly that those states really are responsible for so much pollution. Florida used to be heavily forested. Up until 20 years ago, it was the third most forested state. Now, Florida is just suburbs. Texas used to be the land of the free, the home of the brave. And there's still a lot of space, but the amount of suburban neighborhoods that they've put and that they've planted in Texas is so severe. There's so many more suburbias that we should not really be having to deal with. I don't know if you ever try to drive in Houston. The traffic is absolutely terrible. I never would wish my worst enemy to drive in Houston or Miami or probably any of California or that area, the major cities for that matter. So if you're in any of these states, if you're in any of these major cities, highly recommend leaving those states or those cities and doing it ASAP, because the smell or the foul smell is a representation of a foul thing that's about to come. That's also why we ended up making the Bible Health book.